All right, hello everybody out there in the cyber world. It is Friday. It is, in fact, oof, was pre-gaming with our guest in the back there. Excuse me. It is actually our last beat and greet for the next week. Okay, so we had to go out on a bang. We had to go out with a bad man. All right. So I learned a lot about him doing a little bit of research today, listening to a lot of his tunes. He's got bangers on bangers on bangers out. He's friends with a lot of the same people. So I know he's good people, right? Because they wouldn't keep him around. I trust those guys, and they trust him. So I fuck with it. All right, so without further ado, let's bring out our man's Frequency. How you doing, bud?
What's up? How's it going?
I'm good, man. You know what? How about you? First, before I get with the questions, how about you? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Yeah, I mean, we had a good time backstage, so we're just hanging out.
The little weed smoking,
Yo, what's up, Benji? How's it going?
Oh shit, Benji's in here. All right, so you're bringing some new heads in here too, man. We've seen Benji, here and there, but I don't think he's tuned into any specific beat and greet yet. So I think, you're bringing out some heads already. But
Okay, all right. Hell yeah.
shit,
Shout out
man.
Secret Recipe.
Yo, so actually, as soon as I said let's bring out Frequency, I'm like, you know what? I don't know if I've ever asked if that's the right way to say it without the vowels. I know Killsmith is still Killsmith. A bunch of other people without vowels are still the name. Like, is that actually the right way to say it? I was like, I never even asked it out loud. I never heard anybody say it out loud.
Uh,
But is that the right way to
no,
say it?
you said it perfectly.
Oh, fine.
That, yeah, perfect.
All those years of schooling paid off, man.
Yeah, I get a lot of mix-ups. Yeah, a lot of my shows that I played, like people thought I was frequent. Like I played a few shows where people thought I was frequent the whole time, but they'll come up to me after the show and be like, "Yo, frequent, that was an amazing set." And I'm like, "You got the wrong guy," but I appreciate it and I understand why. There's a little confusion there.
There's like three. There's like frequent, frequency, and then is there? Wait, oh, there's another frequency, right? Is there like an actual spelt out frequency, or am I thinking of something else? Like maybe on Saturate Records or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
on Saturate I saw frequency. Yeah.
So have you had a lot
But
of?
I only saw them off that like one track. I think that's about it.
Oh, okay. All right. So you know more than I do because it's your
Or
namesake,
EP. Maybe. I mean, I've had some encounters. Like there used to be this well they may be around still, but there's this label on SoundCloud and YouTube, and they were called Frequency. Like it was spelled the same way where it had no vowels, but it was like there's no space in the middle. And so I hit them up. I had some beef with them. So I hit them up and I'm like, "Yo, like what are we going to do about this situation? Like, you can't be Frequency. I got to be Frequency." And it was all jokes, but like, yeah. So I've had my encounters.
Yeah. I mean, is that why you ended up doing the no vowel thing, or was that just way before any of this came to light too?
Oh, that came like way before. I don't even think I thought about it. I was just like, I was like super into, God, who was it? Like knowledge back in the day. Or I mean, I'm still into knowledge, but like when I created the name, I was like super into knowledge, and I was like, oh, I like the way he spells out his name, and I thought it was like similar or like cool like that. And I was like, oh, I should put a space in it to be like cool because I was doing that kind of like hip hop like sort of lo-fi like beat type shit, and I was like, yeah, like this is it.
Does knowledge have an X in his thing, or am I thinking of a different knowledge? Is it knowledge?
Yeah, he has an X in his name.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, KNX. It's like the instead of the O, it's an X.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
I think so.
Is he out of Atlanta
Yeah.
too, or is this just like a internet kind of inspiration?
Nah, he's over. I think he's in LA. Like, I don't know if you've heard like Mind Design before. That's also an inspiration for my name because it's like MNDSGN. But yeah, I know that. Yeah, I think they're in LA. Yeah,
That's the Asian dude, right?
just an
Mind
inspiration.
Design?
Yeah,
Or is
yeah,
that a
yeah.
collective? Okay, okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I've watched a few of his streams. I think, dude, he's fucking hysterical, man.
Dude, yeah, and his shit's crazy. Like, he played down here in Atlanta about like 2 years ago, and I watched him. So good, so good.
Damn.
He's so talented.
What what kind of scene like is? I mean, I know that's a very musical privy fucking town, but what kind of scene is happening down there right now in Atlanta? It's been like maybe a year since I've been down there, and it's always been a good time. But you guys got anything cooking up right now? Is it kind of stagnant? Are you guys allowed to throw shows or what? I've seen Dallas throwing shows.
Um, it's a little stagnant at the moment. I think there's like a lot of hip hop shows going on. I think that's like the thing right now. It's
Mm,
like a lot of like hip hop heads and stuff. They'll throw shows, but like they won't get in trouble for it like we will. Like it seems like a little bit more acceptable. Whereas like in our scene, there's a lot of accountability,
no, for real.
like a lot of accountability. So like I don't know, but that's just the case down here. You don't see like any bass shows or anything like that, but definitely a lot of hip hop.
Okay. All right. And like, what about in terms of people you produce with and like inspiration down there? Do you have like a clique that you squad up with in Atlanta, or is it mostly just like internet friends, kind of from all over whichever way?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like there's definitely some. I mean, like I mainly like kick it with my managers, Freddie and David. Um, but like as far as like music goes, there's actually like I mean, there's a few. There's definitely a few. Like I don't know if you've heard of Andy Barrera.
Is that Andy
He
Bruh?
makes really dope music. And Andy Bruh,
Okay.
yeah, and Andy Bruh. Yeah, but Cosmic, I don't know if you've heard of Cosmic, but he's down here in Atlanta. So is Andy Bruh. Yeah, we have like it's weird, man. Like you would think Atlanta would have like a lot more diverse like bass music kind of like artist space over here, but I haven't found many. Like there's some, like I said, but like it's actually kind of chill. Like it's definitely not like LA or like New York. Like I think that like up north you get like a lot more experimental type shit. Um, I mean, yeah. I guess it depends. It depends on the crowd too. Like now it's not just like bass music. You have like a lot of like subgenres of bass music, and it's all over the place. So
That's pretty good though, right? It's like not just pigeonholed to one kind of genre or one like style of music. It's pretty much it's spread out. I definitely got that vibe with Atlanta as well. It's kind of like it's welcoming of a lot of things, a lot of types of music.
yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah, yeah, for sure. Like I mean, the music scene here that I'm in is just like it's cool like how open it is. Doesn't matter what kind of music you make and like all that kind of shit. Like if you make cool shit, like people are gonna enjoy it and like appreciate it.
Oh hell yeah! So do you feel like
Oh yeah, shout out Canvas as well.
Canvas? Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. I've met Juju Beats as well. Yeah, I've seen him play too. I've never seen Canvas, but Cosmic with OK that
And
definitely
Juju.
rings a bell. And who else? Scales too. Scales as well. I'm pretty sure he's out
Yeah,
of
yeah, and
ATL.
Scales. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you guys
I'm
got
just
some.
blanking here. I appreciate all those guys.
No, it's dope because Atlanta's definitely got its own like its own vibe to it. But you have like a I don't know, man. You got your own kind of style as well, like your own just like level of production too. Is that something that came from going to school for it, or just doing tutorials all the time, or working with people who also have the same kind of style as you, or where did this come from?
Yeah, man. So I mean, I don't know. Actually, I think it started with Saturated. Like I was making thing like I was saying earlier, I was making more like lo-fi, like more like hip hop type shit. Like I was super into that like 5 years ago or so. And then I found out about Saturated, and that's when it like changed my perspective on that kind of like experimental stuff. Because I like the underground, like I liked like those underground type beats and stuff, but I never heard anything like that before. And that's when I kind of thought about like G Jones and like Bass Nectar and all those guys. We don't talk about Bass Nectar anymore, but you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like just all those guys. So
Dude, nah, it's crazy. Hey,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's just been like constantly learning too, or was there ever a point where you were just like, all right, this is good right now? Are you still like frequenting tutorials as much as possible?
Oh, dude, yeah, all the time. I've been doing that more so with quarantine,
Oh
just
wow.
like going through tutorials and stuff, and like just trying to learn more. Like I don't know, just this stuff that I wouldn't think of before. Try to find like some weird stuff.
And like, is it the same thing with other aspects of your career too? Are you doing like you finding new things to do? I mean, I know we started this conversation about getting you on here because you hit me up about RuneScape. You're like, oh, add me. So I was like, I'm sure this dude plays RuneScape. Maybe other games or anything like that. Or you've been finding yourself that way during this whole kind of mess?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, yeah. I don't play as much RuneScape anymore, sadly. But I've been playing a lot of Rocket League recently, and that's pretty much it. Just like a lot of Rocket League. Hit Diamond 1 the other day. I was pretty proud about that, but
Damn.
yeah.
I've actually never played that. I've never played Rocket League. Everyone's always telling me, "Yo, get on." I got a bunch of friends that are crazy addicted to it, but I got enough. RuneScape's enough of a grind, you know. It's a little too
Yeah,
much.
I feel dude, yeah, yeah. And like yeah, you can't have too many. You can have like, one or two, but once it gets past that, it's hard to be good at one thing, you know?
Yeah, nah, for real. And then streaming and then making music on top of that. Like how much sitting on the computer can we possibly be doing, you know?
Yeah, yeah, you go insane, bro.
It's ridiculous, bro. But yeah, like what about this I seen you tweeting the other day about this artist project thing. Is this something that you're kind of like you've been getting into with the quarantine? Are you like have you always been hip to more of the business side of the music thing? And for people who don't know, you want to explain what this audience thing is?
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, I kind of got into it like specifically Audius. I really got into like maybe a month ago, pretty recently. One of my really good friends is he works for Aragon, which is like it's a decentralized company that deals with like governance and all that type of stuff. And he was like, "Yo, you need to like sign up on Audius right now. Like, look into it." He sent me like a shit ton of links and was just very very persistent about it. So obviously I took it seriously. And it's just super cool how it works. Like everything about it takes away the middleman of like Spotify and like all these different like distribution companies, so that like artists they get 90% of the streaming revenues, compared to like Spotify, which I think it's like 20. I'm not 100% sure, but it's super low, right? And the way that you get paid is through these audio tokens, and audio tokens can be exchanged for like other currencies and things like that. But also the tokens can be used to kind of govern the website. So say you don't like something about the website, say like, okay, I want to be able to comment on tracks. Right now, people can't comment on tracks. So it's like, okay, I want to comment on tracks. So what they'll do is that they'll stake a token. They'll make a proposal like, hey, like this is what we should do for like this or that. And then the community members will also vote with tokens. And if it passes by getting enough votes, then they'll implement the changes. And so what happens there is you have an application that's ran by its community. It's ran by its artists, and it's just like it takes away this system of like artists getting fucked. Like I barely scrape by like any revenue at the end of the month, through like any of these like streaming revenues. It's crazy, and I put so much hard work into it. We all do. We all put so much work into our art and like trying to get better, and trying to make a living off of it. But we're seeing like super small returns, and that's like my mindset is like we need to get rid of that ASAP.
Definitely. No, 100%, man. And that's kind of crazy about like just taking the power back and kind of putting it in the artist's hands, because I mean at the end of the day, really, what do these distribution labels and all these things do? They're just like a middleman for uploading some of these things, like all they're doing is
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
distributing it to iTunes and blah 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 and this, and yeah, I guess that's a service at the end of the day, but I mean to take that much of a percentage of what's going on, it's kind of fucking nuts. But is this a standalone streaming site? Like you upload your music directly to these things and then they listen to it via an app or via the web browser or something like that?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
they got
okay.
an app and everything. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Like have you gotten paid from them yet? Have you seen like any of the difference between I mean, obviously a 20% and 90% is going to have a difference in payout, but is there like, have you noticed a big difference, or have you noticed it being more user friendly or more, uh, maybe just a different type of energy around it? You know what I mean? Like just a type of support
Yeah,
that
yeah,
isn't had by Spotify and shit.
yeah, for sure. I mean, as far as like getting paid out and all that type of thing, like today was the first time they released their token, so it's definitely like it's kind of hard to tell as far as like where that's going to go because they haven't made all their announcements yet. They've announced a lot of things, but they still have a lot of announcements as far as like the audio token goes. But that is how artists will get paid out. And so like I got paid um, audio tokens today, which I'm not touching. I won't really talk about it because it's kind of like at a crazy point right now as far as like having like a certain amount and like what that means and all these different things. I think it's just something like we kind of have to play by ear and like listen to their announcements and see what they have for us. But I'm very hopeful, and I think that like this will change a lot in like how like the music industry runs in general.
Okay. Yeah, even if it's just like a little bit of a ripple in terms of like how people could see that this thing is pretty much in our hands, you know, like we're the content creators, you know, not like the just everybody you know, just like any kind of genre, everything is just
Yeah,
put, and they're just falling to this standard. They just feel like victimized by this, like, oh, everyone needs to be on these platforms, even though it's boning everybody, even though it's like to the detriment of everybody almost. And I do see a good point, like, you know, you do want your music is easily accessible, but at what cost too? Because you're pretty much just giving it up at that point, you know, like, and Spotify, which is
yeah.
the, what was that guy worth? I think they just came out with like a $3.8 billion revenue or something. He's like, oh, artists need to put out more music. You got to do it once every month or something. He's never released a song in his fucking life, and this guy's over here telling people how they got to release their art. Why? To make his pockets fatter? Like, fuck out of here, you know?
And I haven't even heard about that. But that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe it.
Yeah, he was like shitting on some people. He's like, yeah, the artists that are taken that release once every couple years are not going to be. That's not the standard anymore, and it got a whole bunch of backlash, obviously. But
Oh, I remember that.
yeah,
Now I remember. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That didn't look very good on his part.
No, it's like, yeah, just keep giving my inventory some help. Keep stocking up my inventory, please. Like, Jesus Christ, bro. Don't just be happy with what you got. You
Not a
got
good
free
look.
music being uploaded like to your site. Your site really. I mean, it's a good site, but it's not like they offer anything different that anybody else couldn't offer. You know, it's just crazy. But
Yeah, they were just one of the first. They're good at what they do.
yeah. No, I mean, is this like real competition for them now? Is this artist product like is this just something you're personally invested in that you feel this way towards, or how did you get involved with them?
Well, I mean, I personally think that even if Audius doesn't work out, like say like their whole like their model just doesn't work out, the fact is that somebody else will make a Web3 platform that's similar to Audius, and whenever somebody whenever it's right, whether it be Audius or not, whoever gets it right, I think they will be a major competition. I already think the Audius is at this point competition and is a threat to like these other platforms, especially when you have artists like Dead Mouse and Skrillex, like they're out here on it and like promoting it. Dead Mouse is doing a stream after yours or at like 9:30 or something,
Oh shit.
to like introduce mainnet, which is basically the release of their token. So you have these big artists like that and like already a community of 700,000. I think you're already like it's small numbers compared to Spotify for sure, but at the end of the day, like I think it'll grow exponentially.
Okay. No, hell yeah, man. That's fucking dope. And you know what? Secret Recipe actually brings up a pretty good point about how I said, they don't really offer anything, and he goes, "Oh, what about their algorithms?" You know, I mean, he didn't put it that bluntly, but yeah, he said their algorithms
That's true.
are
Yeah.
brilliant. You know, so is this something that Audius has worked on too, like playlists and stuff like that? Is it is user friendly as other streaming platforms?
I mean, I definitely say it's user friendly. in like a lot of ways. I'm not too sure on their algorithms and stuff like that. Like, it's not something that I've looked into a whole lot, but I know that they have it where it's like you can either have like your feed, or you can have like a repost feed, or you can like, there's like a lot of different ways to go around like what kind of music you want to listen to when you open up your front page. But I'm not too sure on like the whole algorithm thing. That's actually a really good point, and not something that I've thought about a lot. So
Yeah.
that's something good to like research.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't even think about that until, it's said too. I'm like, but I mean, how much can an algorithm really be worth? Is it worth 50% of your revenue? I mean, I guess if you're Spotify and you're the only outlet, and it's putting you on a level playing field with 90% of the other players, then yeah, maybe it's worth it. But I think like you said, maybe the more the merrier too at this point. We have it on Spotify, we have it on SoundCloud, we have it on YouTube. All of our stuff is getting spread out anyway. So, I mean, maybe what's one
Yeah.
more kind of way to get it too.
Yeah, and something to add to that is like, I saw somebody sent me a post, and it was like, somebody was saying like, man, audience seems like a real pyramid scheme. And I don't think they realize that like as an artist, you're not spending money. Like, what do you have to lose? And that's something that I've been telling my friends over the past week to try to get them, because like I knew this announcement was happening. They announced that like, all right, we're doing something big on Friday. I'm like, all right, here it comes. And I like kept telling my friends, hey, it doesn't cost anything. Just upload your shit. Like, the only thing it is like you're being lazy, and you want your music on other platforms. It doesn't matter like if it's unsuccessful, so what? But what if it's super successful, and what if you get a payout
That's
like
true.
we all did today? It's
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
No.
People go crazy, and like that's the other thing about crypto is like, um since there's a lot of newcomers to it, they don't know exactly like who to trust, or like, it's crypto can be like a very scary topic because it's so much information, and even like simple topics can go down the rabbit hole. And so I think that part needs to be like, more easy to digest, right? Like
Yeah.
it needs to be easier for people to digest, especially like artists and the people that get the community involved, and like get listeners onto their website. It needs to be easy to explain, pretty much. That's something I've been learning today, like helping people out, like try to understand audience is like, damn, like there really are no training wheels for this shit. You just have to dive in.
I mean, it's kind of like that with every other social media too. We just gotta see what works, see what sticks, I guess. And there wasn't a SoundCloud rapper before there was SoundCloud. I mean, there was rappers, but I mean, people just made it work, I guess, on a certain platform to be called SoundCloud rappers. So maybe we'd be Audius producers one day or some shit. Like who the fuck knows, man? I mean, there's so many people. I was watching a video before we started of some just random, like I just watched a lot of random YouTube videos, commentary videos or something, and these people have like 4 million subscribers, 6 million subscribers. I never heard of this person in my life, and I'm on YouTube a lot. I've never heard of them. They have 6 million subscribers. I'm like, there's a whole world of people out there we have no idea that are just crushing it in their own lane. So I mean, if Audius is like,
Yeah.
if it has that possibility, why the fuck not? And if it's just another avenue of that, then even better, bro. If you're not putting
Yeah.
all your ducks in that egg, just like you shouldn't with Spotify, just like you shouldn't with SoundCloud, because they're all fleeting things at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, where's MySpace? Like, yeah, I mean, it's there,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess,
man.
but
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, it, things change, and I think people are kind of stuck in this mindset that like Spotify, like SoundCloud, those are the platforms, and it's going to be impossible to like get rid of them unless like, I don't know, like I don't know. There's this impossible mindset that people have, even with other types of like, websites like Facebook or Instagram. Like, there's not going to be another company that's going to come over and like take over. But I think for music, that's untrue. I actually think for a lot of things, things that are online, I think that's untrue, especially with Web3. Like when we're talking like decentralization, I think there's like, this is just the beginning. This is so early in the game.
oh yeah,
And that's something else I want to like let people know, is that like this is just the beginning, and it's great to get in right now. Like it's a great time to like do your research and figure out what this is about. You don't even have to listen to me. Like, I'm not here trying to like explain everything anyways, but like, yeah, do your research and like kind of just figure out how these things work a little bit, because once you do, I think you'll find a lot of fascination. And yeah.
No, hell yeah, man. Is that go with a lot of the other things in the music industry as well? Do you kind of is it because your music is so personal to you that you really feel like you should be maybe not compensated for it, but not get boned, or is this like with everything too, like your like just your whole business mind state in terms of music? Has it always been like, let me just make sure I'm not getting pimped out, pretty much, used by the music industry, which is like notorious for doing such a thing?
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit of both. I've never been like too like how do I say it? Like I've never been like on edge about it, but I mean, I've obviously like looked at my options and things like that. But I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't know about any of this unless my friend told me like, hey, you need to do your research and like get involved in like just, yeah, basically what I'm telling everybody else.
Okay. So
But
is you just passing on that knowledge? You just a beacon, like a funnel for it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll
Okay.
say that.
So
Yeah.
who's inspiring you to like do this kind of thing? Because I know a lot of like, especially people who are so good at production and like really just like put their head in the tutorials of that instead of focusing on like where the art goes and that kind of thing, is they're not so privy to um like they're not so privy to the new stuff or whatever. They're just like sort of I don't know. I'm kind of butchering the way I'm trying to put it, but
I kind of know what you mean.
yeah, yeah. I feel like most of the producers that we know are like so introverted that it starts and ends at the art too, that it doesn't even matter almost where and how it ends up in people's ears. That's like for their manager to deal with or some shit. But you seem to have a hand in most things. Is that like with a lot of your project, like even bookings and stuff like that too? Do you have like a overall vision of where you want your whole project to go, or you kind of just freeballing it?
Yeah, for sure. I would say that I definitely have a hand in it in like some way. So like for shows, I don't um I don't just like get booked and play a show. They ask me about it. They say like, hey, like, what do you think about this? Or like, hey, what do you think about that? They get my opinion. My managers get my opinion. And I think that's like that with like almost everything that I do. It's just like, they'll have ideas. I have ideas. My friends will have ideas. Like, uh, and I just kind of figure out what would work best for my situation. And as far as like big picture, like trying to figure out, okay, like, you know, how would this help me in the future? And just trying to align it in a correct way. I think that's all what it's about. It's just like teamwork to like get everything to align correctly.
Definitely, man. Is there like a specific end goal in mind? Is it just enjoying the process right now, or is there you want to score movies or some shit, or is you want to play? I mean, I know you had your EDC fucking Vegas booking lined up for this year, and clearly that didn't work out. But I mean, is that what you're gunning for? The big stages, the big everything like that, or is it to expand and do some different things?
For sure. I'm kind of just going with the flow, dude.
I feel that.
Yeah, yeah. It was funny that you brought up movie scores though, because I was talking to somebody about this like a couple of days ago, where like all these famous producers, their end goal is always like they're a movie like sound designer and doing crazy soundtracks for like games and all this shit. And I'm like, I mean, that does sound fun. It does, like just having your own time, like creating that kind of atmosphere for something so big. But yeah, I'm just chilling right now, just trying to like go with the flow, because I have no idea when all this is going to end and like what shows I'm going to have by the time this is over. I don't know.
For real. No, it's crazy, man. Have you got like
I'm sure
a
you feel the same way.
no, yeah, absolutely. And some of the ones that we you said we don't speak on what's his name, but yeah, the shows that I had lined up, they're not coming back next year too. So I was wondering if EDC Vegas is like, are they just rolling over their lineup from 2020 and you got that still locked down, or you got to fight for your right to get into EDC again, or what's good?
At the moment, it's a little unclear, but I'm sure something will come up like hopefully soon. I don't know. Like I said, it depends on like when all this ends, but hopefully I don't have to fight anybody. I'd just like to be like on the lineup. That'd be cool. That'd be dope.
No, for real, man. Is that one of the biggest ones that you would have played, or like has there been some other pretty monumental festivals in the past?
No, yeah, that would definitely by far be the biggest festival that I've ever played.
Oh man, it's crazy, man. EDC too, it's well, props first and foremost, props on that, man, because that's definitely huge for the whole scene in
Thank you,
general,
man. Appreciate that.
Of course, dude. Of course. Yeah. No. Like I say frequently too on this shit. Like even seeing Yeti and like a couple of the people around uh, our caliber of music just be put on something like that is fucking insane. Because you'd think that's reserved for the big heads, the everyone rubbing shoulders with each other. But nah, it's like, I mean, just to see some people who are maybe two or three people removed from us get on these fucking lineups. I'm like, holy shit, bro, that's insane, man. This is gonna be a big a snowball effect, hopefully at
Yeah,
least. But is this what you try to do
yeah,
with
man.
putting out all this music this year, or I mean, you have at least two EPs, a fucking mix, and some singles too, right? Are you just trying to keep up with people, or is this some old music that you just decided need to come out?
I think some of it's old, some of it's new. Yeah, I like on the mix. I had a lot of my newer tracks. Yeah, I guess I'm just kind of making music, and if I really like something, I'll mix and master it, and then think about a release. But it's been a lot. It's been a lot calmer since quarantine for sure. It's been kind of just whatever I'm feeling. There's no like definite plans or anything for releases, and I'm just trying to keep it that way. If I'm
Yeah.
being honest, I don't want to stress about too much right now, and I'm just trying to like enjoy the feeling of making music rather than trying to force it or grind myself to the ground with it.
Definitely. Is that a newer thing too? Or were you feeling like you were grinding yourself to the ground a little bit, like pre COVID maybe?
Kind of, but at the same time, not really. Just out of the sense that like when I was traveling a lot and like I was playing shows, it was almost a balance for me where like I'd go out and like I'd be able to just like release some energy and just travel and be out in the open and shit. Whereas now I'm constantly cooped up. So like back then I'd get home and I'd be super happy to work on music and I had so much inspiration from like doing stuff.
That's true.
Whereas now it's a little bit harder to find that inspiration.
100%, man. It's kind of crazy. It's like it's almost running out a little bit on me. I feel like I might need a good trip or something. Maybe a little mushrooms or
So
something. I don't know.
yeah, man, something.
Maybe even just go back to the gym, just feel like some fucking adrenaline or something, man. I've been just stagnant for like months now. Maybe that's it, but I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely been a slow like teeter off of inspiration, but it's also been like pretty good to just not feel like you're just knee deep in the rat race, and I mean, we're all coming for those EDC sets. We all want those, like it's like it's just what I think what we're grinded for. Sometimes we see that there's a route that someone took to get there, and we're like, oh, we got to take that same route. And realistically, I think this whole thing has kind of made us take a step back and be like, maybe there's a couple other routes that we could take that might, just get us that fulfillment that we're looking for too. We don't just got to be the one that's fucking up there crushing the stage. As awesome that it is. I was getting some butterfly feelings from Twitch, in the beginning and stuff like that, and just like dedicating yourself to a new craft and shit. But I'm ready to get back into the live shows, man. Too. It's fucked, yo. It's been too
Yeah,
long.
it really is fucked.
Oh shit, man. Have there been any talks with you about anything coming back anytime soon? Because I got a show next week, but it's one of the ones, the vertical ones. It's in
A word.
yeah, right in front of a hotel.
Damn, no, no. There's been like some talk about it, but at the moment, yeah, I don't have any plans for like shows anytime soon. But hey, I mean, shit, if it's safe enough and like I think that people would be happy with it and safe, then I'm totally down. Yeah, yeah, no quarantine offers yet.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, your people are, I think, looking to throw something, right? I think I seen. I think David post something or Freddie post something yesterday
Oh
about.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they're itching to get back out there too, man. You just getting your legs going too as a promotion company, which I know happened to a few other people, and like maybe their first 3-4 shows down the line, and then boom, this fucking thing happens, cuts all the momentum, and you're like, God damn. At least we had a little bit of establishment too, like, it just sucks. But
Yeah, yeah,
hey,
it's terrible, dude. It's like I really feel for like promotion companies and stuff because I mean they put a lot of investment into it. A lot of these people, especially the smaller ones that were already like scraping by, and they threw like the best underground shows, where people like it was just like really authentic, and that's all disappearing because of all this.
yeah, nah, it's I mean, it's been nice to see that, even though the live show aspect of things have been disappearing, that the bass scene, the music scene in general, has been like not dying down at all. We're just pretty hungry about what's going on, even if it's just to tune into a stream every Wednesday, like the Wormhole Wednesdays guys got, or just to just to hang out and catch a set every once in a while. Like I think people have been pretty open to like new experiences, and on the contrary, like the artists have been pretty privy to providing these things, and like adapting to what's going on. So it's been pretty nice to see, not experience, but it's been definitely nice to see what can come from all this kind of shit.
Yeah, dude, it shows that we care a lot.
For
That's for
real,
sure.
for real.
Um, yeah, I don't think I don't know if we weren't serious about it and people that were throwing everything together weren't serious about it. I think it would definitely show by now.
Yeah,
And you're getting rid of the people that didn't care. I think that's another thing that's been super beneficial about all this is that we've got people weeding all the scumbags out, and I think that's super important and something we should have done earlier, but it only took like getting isolated from everybody to figure it out.
yeah, man. It's like their whole little veil just kind of shattered after not being able to see him for a couple months. People are like, oh wait, but this guy does this. Oh okay, I can't see him. Fuck him. We're gonna put him on a stage now. It's just crazy, bro.
Think about it a minute.
Yeah. I guess so. We had
Yeah, no distractions.
for real. Maybe that's what it was. Just thinking about it for a minute. We're like, all right, you know what? We're not gonna be swindled anymore. But yeah, I mean, even you being
Not today.
so gung ho about artists, like it's kind of like is it's just like you trying to help out other artists. It's not like you have anything to gain from it. At first, I was like, is this guy like code this thing? Does he run this website or anything? But you're just seem really because you seem that eager about it. So maybe that's
Yeah.
why people think it's a pyramid scheme, because they got these artists that are like, no, this is the wave. This is the wave. Drink the Kool-Aid. And they're like, no, I've seen some shit
So
like
outta
this
here.
before. Yeah. Nah, so I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. I mean, that makes sense. It totally makes sense. Like at first look, you're like, okay, what the fuck is what is he talking about right now? And like I do care a lot. I think that's just another thing. Is like, when you believe in something a lot like that, that people don't know about, they think you're either stupid or like you're trying to scam them.
Yeah.
At least that's the way I look at it. So maybe I should be a little bit more careful about my enthusiasm.
No, for real too, because yeah, like you said, there's very few times that it's like the in between, the lucky. Oh, you're getting in on the ground floor. Like this is the best thing up and coming. Nobody's heard of it yet. So I mean, you could be totally right, but Yeah, at the same time, I could see where people are skeptical, but realistically, like you said, what do you have to lose at this point? What do you got to lose? Like if it's a new thing,
Exactly.
you got a new thing, and you're one of the first people. Honeycomb just got on and said, I reserved Honeycomb. Like you know how important that is to get your fucking name, like, and if it's the next thing, and he has Honeycomb, bro. That's perfect. Thanks to frequency over here.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah. I mean, shit. Like I said, don't. Nobody has to listen to me. Just all I'm saying is look into it. That's it.
Think for yourself. Nah, I
I'm
feel it.
not. I'm not gonna be liable for any of this.
I'm not. What do you got to say when you're giving out like stock advice and crypto advice? I'm not a business advisor or some shit, but I don't know. I
Yeah, yeah.
watched a
I'm not
bunch of those.
advising you to do shit.
I
Yeah.
think legally I can't. I can't advise you, but yeah, that's how they start off all those videos.
Yeah.
Shit, man. So, is there any like musical influences, whether they be in Atlanta? I mean, I know you said knowledge too, whether it be the name or not, but if it's the music, if it's this business kind of stuff that you're getting privy to, is there anybody that's like kind of in your circle that's really inspiring you right now, or maybe not in your circle?
Yeah, sure. I think right now, since I've been all about like this crypto thing, Rack has been a big influence. Actually, like I heard about Rack RAC because of crypto, and I was like looking at his stuff, and he like posts on these websites and sells his art for stupid amounts. And I was like, okay, like this guy's crazy. And so I looked into his music, and he makes dope music too. He's like a Grammy award-winning producer, and does some crazy stuff. But yeah, I've been like looking up to him a lot because he seems to know his stuff, and he's really smart. But also, like I said, really good music.
Oh shit. Okay.
Um,
And where's he
what
from? You
happened to
said
my?
the West Coast.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I can't see anything.
Oh, okay.
What's going on here? There we go. My bad. Sorry, what were we talking about?
Is Rack from the West Coast, or where is he from?
I'm not too sure. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm,
okay.
I'm not too sure about that.
That's even cooler
Yeah.
then. You just like you're inspired by the dude, don't even know where he's from. That's dope.
Nah, man. Yeah, yeah. He's like a very recent inspiration, I'd say.
Oh, okay,
Like
nice.
super, super recent. But like some like non recent ones, like always the homies, like Mindset, Secret Recipe, Tie Dye Kai with his album. Holy shit, that blew my mind. I mean, they're everywhere, man. All these talented friends.
Yo, hell yeah. No, that's it's. Do you have any collaborations with any of them too? Is that who you choose to work with? Is it mostly, is it mostly like people that you bond with on a like on a personal level, or is it like just admire their music and you reach out that way, or how do you seem to work with people?
Yeah, it's like a little bit of both, I think. Oh, I got a collab with Benji, by the way. Secret Recipe, shout out.
Oh,
But yeah, like for instance, Essex, when we did our collab, I sent him something. Like we just started chatting a bit, like messaging each other over Facebook, and I literally just sent him the the like first version of what would be our song, and he was like, "Dude, I just want to jump on that." Like, yeah, go for it, man. Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm not gonna argue with that. Yeah, and I mean, obviously, there's a lot of times where like people hit me up. It just kind of depends, and yeah, I think it's just about the music. If they make something cool and like we can complement each other's sounds, then by all means, you know what I mean?
yeah, no, definitely, man. It's I know some people who are kind of I know some people who are kind of like more towards the, oh, I only work with people that either in person or that I really, yeah, mostly in person kind of thing. I know a couple people who are just like, yeah, I won't send stems out or anything like that. So I don't know if that's you, but at the same time, I know D's. I know you have a collab with D's or two, and he works whether
Yeah.
it be in person, live, like he likes to work. So I didn't know if it was just the people you vibe with, or you're just sending out random stuff to people who you listened to before too. But that's dope too, because it definitely seems like you keep it in a small circle, but maybe it's grown out organically like that. You know, you started off liking each other's music and then became friends, or at least from an outside perspective, seems like you guys are
Yeah.
pretty nice with each other.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, I think it was the opposite. So when I started like really getting into bass music and that kind of genre, I started getting people hitting me up to do collabs and stuff. And at first I was like, oh, hell yeah, like let's go. You know, let's do a lot of collabs. And then maybe 5 months into it, or like, you know, a year after it, I was like swamped in collabs, and I was like, dude, this is getting out of hand. And then you have people hitting you up about the collabs like every 2 days, and like
Ah,
I was like, all right, I need to calm down. And then that's when I was just kind of like, all right, let's keep it in like a specific path, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like maybe think about it a little bit, so it's not just constantly getting bombarded with collabs, which is cool. I mean, you know, nothing wrong with collabs.
Was it more so because you want to keep like a certain sound, like you want to keep your style, or is it because just it like wears you down when people are like, "Yo, what about this collab?" And then the next person, "What about this?" And then you're fighting with people too about, "Can I get this collab back too?" Because the ones that you really like too, they have and they're like still working on, or they switched up one thing too. It's like, oh man, I'm definitely in that. I'm in that rut right now too, of just like 20 fucking collabs. Can't keep up with anybody because I'm just a mess, you know. Questing on
Yeah.
RuneScape like a jerk off. Like, what am I doing?
You're like, I'm finishing it right now. You're on RuneScape trying to finish a quest.
Oh man, it always
Yeah,
is like
man.
that. It's like, oh, I'm AFKing too. I'm not even doing anything that needs important. You know, I'm in nightmare zone or some bullshit. Like just doing, and I'm
Yeah.
just clicking. Like, why am I even
AFK.
paying attention? I could be over here fucking doing something, you know. But yeah, it definitely gets to
Yeah,
be.
I think Benji can.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, I was saying I think Benji can definitely attest to me being the worst person to collab with ever, because I'm so like I really enjoy just like, and I hope this doesn't come off in a selfish way, but like I really enjoy just like working on what I want to work on.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm very like sporadic. I made synthwave this whole week. The other week I was doing drum and bass. Like I'm very like I make what I want to make, and sometimes it's not bass music. Sometimes I just don't want to do it, and so like I'll have my moments where I just like mentally I can't I can't fucking get I'm the worst person to collab with by far.
You know what though? I don't know. I might take that cake too, bro. You ask some of the people I'm working with. It's like, oh man, it's been a while, you know. And it's like I feel bad because sometimes the ones that you know I really get hounded for, I'm just like, I lost momentum on that one too, you know. And it's not even like they're bad tunes. They could be 90% done, but just like that 10%, I'm just like, either I don't want to do it or they don't want to do it too. And it's like the worst kind of just in between, like you said, of just you kind of want to work on what you want to work on, and you kind of get in this mind state of like, that's the way creatives do it, you know. That's the way like my creative flow is just happening to work today. Like I want to work on this. Like the only way things are gonna naturally flow is if you're feeling it, you know. But I kind of feel like just watching DMVU talking about DMV, like talking to him, he's like just like a workhorse, you know what I mean? It's like 9 to 5, and whether he's feeling it, whether he's not, and there's something to admire about that too, you know. I feel like there could be a certain, I don't know, like soul that might not be put into it when you're just on the grindstone, but at the same time, like it's so good for when you're not feeling it, and just to like, you know, get past that point of your mind of just being
Yeah.
like, oh well, I don't want to work on something today, and it's like, bro. You got it though, you know.
Do it, man. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and that's why for me, like I love spreading out my genres. Like if I want to make pop music, I'll make goddamn pop music. I really don't give a shit. Like, but the one thing is like I will always try to make something. You know, every single day I'll try and sit down and work on something, even if I'm just not feeling it.
Okay,
But that makes it easier for me if it's stuff that I want to make. You know.
definitely.
There's only like for me, there's only so much bass I can take.
Absolutely. No, I think that's what's refreshing about this whole thing too, is a lot of people are seeing what they can not only do outside of the music, but what kind of music that they want to make as well too. You know, what kind of music just naturally flows out of them without having to like think of the 9 o'clock set time or the 11 o'clock set time, and that's definitely an influence too. Once you start playing these
Yeah.
shows, you realize people what they want, and it's not always the soundscapey long intro stuff. And sometimes I'll listen to Pink Floyd and be like, that's what I want to make though. I want to make a 9 minute long song, and just do whatever the fuck I want. And then I get caught up in thinking, oh, maybe that's not what people want though. When I release it, it's gonna flop. And I'm like, and now I'm just like, shut the fuck up, dude. Just do it. Like, is that what happened with your? It was called the Vault, right? Because I'm assuming that's where they were. They were in the Vault. This EP that you released, it was just a bunch of older
Oh yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So that was like, yeah, just stuff that I had put some of them on SoundCloud, but that was probably like a long time ago, maybe 2016 or some shit. But yeah, a lot of it was just unreleased stuff that I like wasn't, to be quite honest, like I just wasn't like, I guess, comfortable or like confident enough to release. And then eventually I was like, you know what? Like, I don't give a fuck. Hey, I really don't. Like, I made them and like, I feel some way about them. Like, I still enjoyed them. And that's like,
Definitely.
that, I guess that's like the most important part is like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the songs that I released. So,
Yeah. No, I mean that's where I'm at too, man. I got this whole fucking like little kind of EP from like 2 years ago, and it didn't. It's not like, oh, this is my best sound design work, but at the same time, like I still feel something from it. I listened to it like a week ago, and I'm like, I still feel some good shit from
hell yeah.
this. So was it the quarantine that made you release it too, or was it just something that you planned on doing before that, or was it just not having shows and not feeling like people might not take this the right way?
Maybe, yeah, like I definitely think the quarantine had some type of influence on releasing it. Maybe it was because I like started listening to all my older tracks and like just trying to bounce off ideas in my head. Um, but yeah, I was just like, I don't know why I haven't released this yet. You know what I mean? It was like, I don't understand like why I wouldn't release this. So I think it gave me time to think about it. I don't think that I would have released it if I was playing shows and stuff, for sure.
Oh hell yeah, damn man. So is it? Because I mean the tunes aren't like they're not like you said your pop shit. It's not like it's a total different side of you. What is it? Um, is that something that you'd reserved for a side project? If you did do the pop and decided to release it, would you want it under frequency, or do you want to have like a pretty thorough discography of like all different types of music, or is frequency like it's what it is, and you're trying and you branch out and do other things and
Yeah, I'm not too sure. That's a good question, and it's a question that I've been thinking about the last couple of days. Funny enough, because I've just been stacking all these tunes. Like right now from this week, I have like 4 tracks of synthwave, and I don't think I'm gonna release that on my on my frequency project. To be completely honest, it's like it's in going back to like confidence and stuff. I don't think that's confidence. I think it's just like not great as far as branding wise. So I'll probably make like a separate account for that.
okay, all right. Well, yeah, no, I mean, I figured I'd ask too because with like a bunch of our artist peers, feeling the same way that we do, I have to ask the same question. Like, do you like artists that show a wide range of stuff, or do you like knowing the artist's side project that maybe not everybody knows about? Is that I feel like it's like different for everybody too. Like I get off on both of those kind of things, but I would also
Yeah.
if I releasing the EP, the Lo-Fi or something, I think I'd keep it under Bright Side, but. Yeah, I don't know. If I would make a pop EP or something, maybe it'd be totally different. But yeah, no, that's crazy, dude. That's it's admirable though because it's definitely you definitely have a grasp on production, whether it be this shit. I mean, I think this shit showcases it the best. Like what's on your SoundCloud is like what showcases your grasp on sound design, your grasp on just knowledge of production, all that shit kind of really well. So I'm looking forward to hearing the stuff that, maybe is not so in your face about that. Maybe it's just more of a vibe or something, or maybe not. Like, I don't know. Maybe you literally just bleed the the five head shit. You know what I mean? Which I admire like crazy.
Nah, nah, man, not at all. And I think, yeah, I think you're totally right that a lot of my projects on Frequency are very, like, especially with my last EP, were more technical than um, maybe my past songs. I mean, a lot of my songs in the past on Frequency have been pretty technical, to say the least. Yeah, yeah. I think like even when I make stuff like this, like even when I'm making like synthwave or whatever, um, it feels like I have to make it more complicated, and then I realize that it'll sound bad instantly
Yeah.
because those two worlds just don't mix very well. Actually, they kind of do, but I'm not gonna get into that. I'm just like basic like synthwave, like it just doesn't work. And I kind of like it though, because like for me, it's like super simple, and I just love like the reason why I like doing it is because I love making chords, and I like messing around with melodies and like getting really nice sounds that like in general with bass music I'm kind of running away with. I don't know if like that's just because of me, but like I feel like when I'm making more bass music type stuff, I have to get more technical and I have to like dive deep into it. Whereas like, you know, this type of music, I'm chilling, and like I just want it to sound really, really nice. So
Yeah, and I think that's important too. I mean, maybe it's like a tough middle ground to accomplish if you think about it. You know, because I feel like it's almost like duality. There's the two fighting for each other, like simplicity versus the overcomplicatedness. But it's we've been doing this thing over here. We call it the beat off, as ridiculous as that sounds, but like 25-minute beat battles. You know, and I feel like some of the ideas that we get out of those are maybe just the 25-minute idea period is like where it's at, because
facts.
you literally can't overcomplicate things, you know, so at least you're just going to get a basic like skeleton of an idea, and if not, you just fucking throw it away and move on to the next one, you know. And I think that's definitely helped me in terms
Yeah.
of like not getting stuck overcomplicating one song that I might like a little bit but not too much, and just like keep on moving. You know, I have a whole bunch of project files, like extra ones, even more than I did going into this, but in terms of just getting ideas in and out of there, I think it's been pretty good and making me realize like I don't need to just spend 6 hours fucking around with my mouth open catching flies, like working on this one little sound patch or something, you know. The best
Yeah,
shit
no,
comes
that's
from the
super
simplicity.
relatable, man. Yeah, I completely agree. Even recently, I've been doing the Kenny Beats beat battles that he has.
Oh, no way.
I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If anybody hasn't heard of like Kenny Beats, which I'm sure a lot of you have, he has a Twitch channel, and on Mondays I think he does beat battles, and so you can like submit to that. And I've been doing them recently, and man, it's like it's so nice to get the fuck out of your head and just rush a beat real quick and see what you can get. Like,
Yeah.
I like that type of stuff, and I used to do it a lot on my stream when I was streaming more often.
Oh shit. Okay. So were you just like, would you do things like that, or do you do things like that? Like have, I mean, maybe if it's just like an exercise in your head, or do you wait for, a 25-minute countdown? You know, because I feel like sometimes I'll try to do that and then I'll just get stuck and I'll overwork it. But I mean, having 25 minutes, me being on stream too, it's almost like being accountable. Like I have to do it. You know.
Yeah, yeah, I think that is a big thing. I think that's a big thing as to why I used to do it on my stream, was like accountability. Now I just like usually take out my phone and then I put an hour timer on it, and I just kind of use that. And if you know, if I make something shitty in that hour, whatever. But like I'll try to do that once in a while too, where I just break out my phone and time it.
Nice, bro. And like, do you think having? I mean, is Kenny B? Is he bringing people like more people like yourself and our kind of scene, or is it like hip hop producers too? So is it nice to get into a whole nother, um, just like, I mean, like just influence, I guess, just a bunch of different people who are not gonna hold you. Oh, that fucking neuro was crazy, or or whatever it is, like it almost is that the kind of wave it is over there, or is it still some crazy stuff that's being made?
Yeah, you'd be surprised how open-minded that community is, to
Ooh.
be honest. Like, even when I last week when I submitted my beat to him, he was saying he was Kenny was talking, and he was saying like, yo, I want to hear some experimental shit. Like I want to hear some like off the wall type beats. I'm tired of your basic ass like hip hop like trap beats. I want to hear some like, I don't care if you give me fucking dubstep, and like that's really cool, you know.
Yo,
Like
hell
Kenny
yeah.
supports that shit, and like I think that, I mean, I got like 35th place out of 400, which I guess that's like not too bad, but
No.
it shows that people actually listen. They're like, hey, this is pretty cool. Because
Yeah.
I definitely sent them like a more bass music type experimental thing.
Oh shit. All right. Yo, so hell yeah, man. 35th. I didn't even know they do a ranking like that too. That's pretty
Yeah, he's got the rankings. Yeah, man.
wow. 400 heads producing too? Like how do you even listen to all that shit? Does he just go through
Bro, you
mad
can't.
quick? Yeah,
You
like what
can't.
the fuck?
And his site, so he runs it off of his own site, and that site like crashes. So every time, like people are trying to vote and people are trying to like submit their beat, and the site's just crashing. And it's fucking crazy over here.
Oh shit. That's gas though, man. That's a great idea. You know, I thought we were over here like doing something pretty dope, and he's fucking got 500 producers over there. I mean, we got like 5, 6 sometimes. So luckily we could listen to him on stream, no server crashes, nothing like that. But yeah, 400. That seems. I mean, at least a little like light a fire under your ass, kind of. You know, you're like, oh shit, man. There's this many people. Kenny B's listening. Oh shit.
You got competition.
Yeah. Nah, for real. And competition's good, man.
Yeah, for
Competition's good.
sure.
Keeps us sharp, man.
Yeah, it is. Even if it's only 5 people, you know. Like I used to do with. Have you heard of Stosu before?
No, I don't think so.
Gotcha. He's a friend of mine that I started like working on music with back in like 2016, and we used to do that all the time, just ourselves.
Ooh.
We would just send each other like a sample, and we'd have to resample it in like an hour. I'm sorry, we had to make like a beat in an hour, and it had to be a minute each. Um, Shark used to do it with us too. You
Oh,
know?
nice.
So I think it's just a good practice for anybody, especially new producers. Like get out of your head and stuff.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's like fucking. It's much needed too, just to like get out of your own comfort zone too of what you're producing. And sometimes I'm just over here grabbing sample packs, and I'm just like, whatever. As long as I could craft something, like it's cool. But I'm never gonna use it again if it's just made full of samples or whatever. But just having some ideas get put on a paper, just doing your craft, man. That's really what it's about. So as long as you're fucking sitting there, if it's an hour, fucking 30 minutes, whatever it is, like it's going to help in the long run. So whether you get a beat out of it or not, like might as well do these little things and at least keep ourselves entertained too. I guess that's what it is, right? It's keeping ourselves entertained and fucking making things feel still new again for us, and keeping
Yeah,
us
man.
keeping us hyped.
Dude, I completely agree. Yeah, I think it's cool, especially right now with, you know, all this stuff happening with COVID. It's like it's good to do different avenues and try different shit and like join different communities. I've been hanging out in the Electric Hawk Discord and like fooling around over there and like I don't know, just get around, do different things, make beats when people are doing like ciphers or beat battles, whatever.
Yo,
Just
hell yeah. Get
do
out
some
there.
crazy shit.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah.
For real,
What do you
man.
got to lose?
Yo, and I know you said you got to go too. But would you be down to listen to maybe like one or two of these submissions before you dip? Maybe give a word of advice because I know you got a lot of technical knowledge in there. Don't don't worry if you don't. Don't worry.
I, I don't know. I don't know about that, but
Okay.
yeah, man. I can stay until 9.
Oh,
I'm just
okay,
gonna use
okay.
the restroom real quick, and
Yeah,
then
absolutely,
I'll
absolutely,
be good
man.
if that's cool.
Yeah, no, dude,
Cool.
definitely. That's more time than I thought we were gonna have together. So I appreciate it, boss.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, I'll get us over to the studio. All right, yo. You heard it. The man, he's got to go at 9, so we're gonna get through a couple of these. I thought I was already holding him for longer than he could be here. So I figured I'd shoot my shot, ask him about some questions, because we got secret recipe, fucking throwing us a tune. I see Sky Sweet, and just chat, make some noise. Let me know y'all here. I know I don't get the chance to talk to y'all directly during these beat and greets, unless the guest goes and takes a pee, unless you know this, that, and the third. But we're here. We're about to join the smoke box. We got a couple of submissions for tonight. And there's no weed in the grinder. There's nothing here.
Alright.
Alright, man.
Alright.
So,
Who we got?
let me check the first one in the Discord. Okay. It's actually Thick Boy, and he goes, "Can I go first too?" Bro, you submitted first this time, so you get to go first. So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. We got Thick Boy with the Ghost Ship VIP. You can hear that, right? Sounds like direct input. Okay.
Why should I fail with any of you? 4 of you have tried to kill me in the past. 1 of you succeeded. VIP. Been too long, hasn't it? I, illegitimate, remember. You shot me. No, I didn't.
Thick Boy. Thick Boy. Is this is this a finished one of something that you sent us? I think I remember that Captain Jack sample. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. But yeah, that was a dope one, man. It was nicely produced with the wubs and everything. Definitely a fatty.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, I think that sounded good.
Yeah. Maybe in terms of feedback, maybe just a little variation with the snare. I like the dub. I like the dub snare at the end, like right over here. But maybe just like a fill or two. But I like what you did with the bass, man. The bass adds a lot of variation too. But I think that could substitute for the fills too. So I think you did a good job with the variation. But maybe in just a couple of the snare, a little like something other than on the 3. I sent it on the Sigma stream. Okay. I think I remember this one then. I think I remember it. Well, yeah, good job, man. I appreciate it. Thick Boy with the fucking wubs. Next up, we got Trip Hazard. Yeah, Trip Hazard, yes, sir. And then Secret Recipe. And then it might be time.
the risk of doing what we want, which will work to the extent that we realize that what I want, basically, what I really want is what you want. And I don't know what you want. But that's the kinship between I and God. So when I ask, I go right down to the question. Should we start with? What do I want? The answer is I don't know. The answer is I don't know.
Drop that ass and pick it up with the beat. Once again, let the motherfucking bass drop.
That was a big one. That was a journey of a tune, I feel like.
Damn. Jesus. That was really good.
Yeah. Very well produced.
What's that again?
That was Trip Hazard.
Damn.
Yeah.
Get some claps from me. It's really good.
Yeah. No, yo, for real. That the whole thing, man, it was like a total journey of a song, and I even loved it right up to that last like vocal part at the end. Like, I don't know what it's saying.
Yeah, that really complimented it.
It did. Yeah, I like how it's just there too, you know? Like I almost want to hear that more throughout the song, but the fact that it's just in like one position makes it even that much cooler. I really like that you have that kind of self-restraint, not to sprinkle the dope stuff like all over. Yeah, man, I don't even. Would you say anything in terms of advice-wise? Because I don't know if I would. Maybe a snare. Like the snare could have maybe used a little bit of, maybe just more punchiness. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to make both the criticisms about snares tonight.
I think one thing I noticed, I don't know if it's because of like the setup, but it sounded like super mono to me. And if it's not, I'm sorry, but like I wish that I had some side in there, some like just some sprinkles, you know what I mean? Like it sounded really good the way it was, but I just wanted like a little bit more sprinkle of like some like stereo, you know what I mean?
You know what? I gotta take full
Oh, you messed up.
No, it's Zoom, man. You gotta, I guess, pay for the full
Oh, is it
version.
Zoom?
Yeah, to get better quality shared, and I guess that includes stereophonic. But yeah, man. So I guess
Oh,
mono.
I see. All right, ignore everything I said.
I'm sure.
Nah,
I'm
it's
sure.
good. That song is really good, man.
Yeah. No, man. It's I'm sure it had the full Schwambeli in there, the full spectrum. But uh, it did. Yeah, it did definitely sound good. So I mean, if that's the only criticism that he could think of, it might not even be the case. 90% sure that it's not even a problem on your end. So great job, Trip Hazard.
Oh yeah. Super dope.
Yeah, I should have let you know. I'm gonna write that down of things to let people know before we start streaming that these musics might be in mono, these tunes.
Yeah, I was like, man, this would be so dope if there was just a little bit more width in there.
Oh
But
man, shit, it sucks because I'm not even hearing it like mono either too. So I don't even like get the half-ass
true.
effect. Yeah, oh man. All right, Well, we got Secret Recipe up next with the Schmaster, and this will
Hell
be
yeah.
the one that we left frequency
Let's
out
go.
on. Let's go, Mr. Secret Recipe. Secret Recipe. Okay, I see you.
God damn, dude, that was crazy.
A big one. I love the bass too. The bass sounds in it. Huge.
Yeah, that was insane. Wow. Like I honestly, man, I wish it wasn't in mono so bad because I was like, dude, this is so good. Damn, Benji, you outdid yourself.
Yeah. No, for real, man. That was gas, bro. I like I said too. The bass patches on that shit were fucking huge. Like I love some of the stabs. They just went along with the drums real nice and like just guided you where to go. But yo, I hate to 3 out of 3, but I'm gonna say the snare on that one too could have been beefed up at a certain points. Like there was I think a point maybe like stylistically that you just took out a snare every couple bars. Or it was just a less powerful one than the other ones. But, I feel like that one might need to be replaced or just put the snare back on the 3. If you did take it out for that area, I would say just put it back on the 3. Because it was right when you were about to go back in again. And there was like a almost powerful, almost not powerful snare. So I don't know, man. It seems like it's a pre-master too. So I don't want to be too iffy on it. And you uploaded an hour ago, so it's literally brand new. Looks like, but Yeah, I would say maybe the snare. Just maybe some beefy snares, like a trap snare, something that's really gonna cut through, because the one you have is just maybe a little too not punchy enough. But I did like the kick and the bass and everything else in there, so I'd say that's the one thing I would say. But anything
Yeah.
you want to
Hell
add
yeah.
besides the mono, I guess?
I'm trying to think, like, not particularly. I did notice though that where's that where's it went like da 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 da, like it had that like same riff in it.
What is that? Hard in the paint?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I heard that and I was like, whoa, what is like? Did he mean to do that? Like, I'm really curious if he meant to do that or if that was just like what happened.
Yeah,
I
no,
thought it
for
sounded
real.
cool though. I was like, oh shit, this is happening.
No, I thought it was the exact same thing. I'm like, I've heard this before, like that melody or something, and then I didn't
Yeah.
get it until you said it out loud, and then I was like, hard in the motherfucking paint in my head, you know. But I heard it too. I think.
Okay.
I think those snares are perfect. It was somewhere over here, Benji. It was right before that break too, because I remember that break sounded really good. Those snares and the break sounded good in that EMN break. I think it's this one. Just like beef it up. It might not even need to change the sample. I think it just needs to be a little bit louder in terms of like the bass that's going on right there. But I really fuck with the whole idea of the tune, man. So Benji, good shit, bro. I'm looking forward to hearing the one with you and Mr. Frequency over here.
Oh yeah, yeah, Benji. That was insane, dude. That was insane.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I know. So
I need that.
I know you got to get out of here. You're on a time constraint, man, and we definitely held you longer than I expected to have you. But I appreciate you being here, man, and breaking it down for us, and showing us some love by just being here.
Hell yeah, man. Anytime. I appreciate you having me on. This was a lot of fun.
Yo,
Appreciate it, man.
hey, the pleasure's all mine, man. Of course, dude. Yeah, and like I said, I'm looking forward to hearing the new stuff with whoever you got. It's usually a homie or two, so definitely hyped. But yeah, man, we'll be in touch. I guess via Facebook, RuneScape, whatever we got to do.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, we totally will. Yeah. Thanks again. Thanks
right.
for everybody that tuned into the stream and sent some music over. Sorry I couldn't listen to all of it, but yeah. Yeah.
It happens.
Appreciate
Man.
it.
It happens, bro. All right, bro. Well, thank you again. We'll be in touch. Be well.
Hell yeah, sounds good.
All right, man.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace, brother.